Hello, my name is Saria Valenzuela, and today I'll be training you and walk you through how forensic experts prepare for courtroom testimonies. I'll explain what to expect on the stand and how you can navigate direct or cross-examination effectively. We, as experts, whether we're new to testifying or want to refine our skills, these strategies can help you appear credible, reliable, confident, and prepared when you are on the stand. So we have 3 phases of examination, and the first phase is voir dire. This is based on your qualifications and your expertise itself. So we are going to ask questions about education, certifications, trainings, and your expertise, your experience. This allows the courtroom to see how you as a person are qualified to be where you are. The next phase is direct examination. This is what the attorney contacted you for a reason. So they are going to ask you based off of your findings, your information, the beginning to end, the A to B, the A to C, A to D, however many steps you took, and what methods you used, what findings you had. You are the educator in this stage. And phase 3, that's the cross-examination. This is a little tricky. You are going to be questioned. You are going to be probably in stressful shoes, and you're going to probably be shaking if you are not the best at being in front of people. But this is where they kind of tackle against you, and they ask you if you are truly an expert. They are going to be the ones to tell you, okay, I'm going to ask you this question, or they're just going to go at it and tell you, no, this is not right, and they are going to be the ones to show you that you are not the credible person to be on that stage. But in this stage, your tone and your verbiage is the key point to get through to the people that are in the jury, to the people that are around you in that courtroom. You are the expert, and you are the one that has to show people that you can be the top person for this job. So now we're going to go to the direct examination portion. When you go through direct examination, you are called by the attorney. And you may meet or you may not meet. But if you do meet, this is the phase where you'll review all the information you gathered, all the information that you have collected. So you're going to be from beginning to end, going over your documentation, clarifying the exhibits that you're going to be going through in the courtroom, and you're going to identify those potential hard questions that you might endure. But if you don't meet with the attorney, we do have to keep things in mind where you are practicing on your own. You are going to have to review the case files. You're going to have to break it down from the beginning to end to people that are in that room. And this is based off reports. This is off your evidence. This is everything. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to be organized, be the person you are, but also practice the verbiage you are going to use, because the tone of your voice, the clarity of your voice is what's going to make things different at the end of the day. But now we have different types of questions, and this is something we have to keep in mind. So now we have leading questions. This is basically based off your direct examination. So these are single questions that are not too complicated. But then we get into the compound questions. Compound questions are 2 questions in one. And now you're going to have to break these things down. You're going to have to break down the question and see what question you're going to answer first. Then we have irrelevant. Things could be relevant, but when we hear irrelevant or speculation, these are questions that we have to keep in mind, that if our attorneys on either side say irrelevant or speculation, we have to wait for the judge to notify us, okay, different question, but we are relying on the judge to let us know what is next. We can't answer these questions because sometimes they're out of our knowledge. They are not even really classified for us to answer. They're out of our scope. So when it comes to compound questions, it could be like, we found a fingerprint and we found it on a bottle glass. This compound question, we're going to find out, okay, we're going to answer yes. We found a fingerprint that identified as this person on the other side. But we're not going to put it in that way. But we're going to answer the question, dissect the question, and then we're going to see how we are going to answer it properly. But then we have leading questions. This is something that we have to keep in mind that it could occur. But it could be a question where we found blood spatter and it was identified to the person in this room, correct? The word correct, that's where this is a leading question. They're automatically telling you, hey, you are telling me it's this person already. But that's a leading question that we have to ensure that we're utilizing our proper verbiage to get to a direct but proper answer. So, to strengthen our direct examination, we must be clear, precise, use proper language, but avoid jargon as much as possible. We have to be organized. We have to explain from beginning to end. Collection, analysis, our results, our conclusion, our proper documentation, so everybody in the room knows this is the steps we took. We need to connect with the jury. We need to make that eye contact, and we need to utilize some examples that the jury can understand. They are coming from different expertise, and they may not know what we're talking about. So we have to be on the same page as they are. And we have to be precise. We have to always base our answers on the documentation and our findings. Yes, the jury may not understand, but we have to find those small little ways for that jury to understand. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones making the decision. But now we have to keep in mind about the opposing counsel. They are going to be the ones questioning everything. They're the ones that are going to be questioning our credibility. They're the ones that are going to ask questions or say things to show people that we are not the credible source to be on this case. They're going to be the ones to give potential inconsistencies based off our testimonies, our reports, our findings, our exhibits. They're going to change direction and make this thing go a whole entire different direction, or they're going to create doubt for the people that are in the room. So we always have to keep in mind that we have to be the ones to be strong. We have to be clear and concise. Stay calm, be professional, but we also have to listen to the verbiage they are also using and dissect it. We have to avoid giving them extra information that they can feed off of. We have to respond, but give them information that we have physically documented so they understand, okay, this is the information. But all in all, that's how we do a successful testimony. We are the ones that are the experts. We are going to be the ones to give the clear communication. And in each phase, each question that we run into, we have to be precise. We have to be in the zone, but also have some clear understanding at the end of the day. We have to be the reliable ones. We have to be consistent, professional, have that proper ethical information for everybody, but we have to be smart about what we say. We have to be smart about how we are going from beginning to end, but allowing people to understand what's going on, how the case has occurred and giving them the story that they need. Well, thank you for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.